Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! It's 2025.
2025.
It's crazy.
We are not recording until 2025. We're just kind of banking episodes for this holiday season.
Yes.
This is Just One More Chapter, and I'm your host, Melanie.
I'm Santana.
And thanks for coming back and listening.
Yes.
This episode is going to be about 2025.
Yeah, New Year.
New year, new books, new TV shows.
Books. Yes.
Oh.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for this book,
Yeah.
year, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I have some good, anticipated reads coming out.
Yeah, and I don't think I've ever had.
I know, I was just going to say I've never had this.
No.
Where I'm like, oh my God, new books are coming out. I need to read them.
Pre-ordering this,
Yeah,
this, and this.
Exactly. Which is exciting.
So exciting. If this is your first time listening, this is a book podcast where we go over books we're going to read. We have a book club each month, which is on Fable. If you look under their book club section called Just One More Chapter, that's where we talk online and announce the books we are going to read prior to the month.
Yes.
Because if you listen to just the podcast or watch, you are a couple days late in terms of finding out of what the book's going to be for that month.
Yes.
So if you like to plan,
Yes.
get there early. Please rate and review our podcast on Spotify, Apple. Follow us on Instagram, on TikTok. We hope you guys enjoy it. But leaving a review and telling us how you're enjoying this podcast helps a lot for us to even know if you like it.
Yeah, we just want to hear feedback from you guys.
Yes.
What do you want to read next? Anything.
Anything.
Tell us. Let us know.
If you don't want to do it on a public platform, you could just publicly, you could do it private messagely through Instagram, through Fable even.
Yeah, DM us.
DM us, because as we go through this year, we would just love to know, what are you wanting to read? Is there a book that you really are about to buy for this year that you really want us to get into too? So
exactly.
let us know.
Let us know.
At the top of the episode, we're going to announce the book for January's book club.
Yes, we are going to be reading Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas.
So excited to read it.
Jordan and her boyfriend have nowhere else to go when her boyfriend's dad, Pike, offers to let them move in with him. Working a dead-end job and with her relationship on the rocks, she reluctantly accepts, expecting to help out around the house in exchange. What she doesn't anticipate is for her heart to race every time Pike pulls into the driveway, or for her cheeks to burn when their eyes meet over the kitchen table. He is kind, listens to her, and protects her in a way no man ever has. Her sister once told her there are no good men, and if you find one, he's probably unavailable. Only Pike isn't the unavailable one. She is. Should be good. I've read this one before, so I'll be rereading it, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet, so I'm super excited.
It's a cute little read.
Yes, age gap, romance.
Yeah. Love it.
It's a simple one, just to kind of get you ready for the new year. We enjoy Penelope Douglas here on this podcast.
Yes.
We definitely enjoy her books.
stands.
PD stands.
And I love the way she writes.
Yes. I don't know if it's on Kindle.
Oh, okay.
But this book is if you're watching on YouTube, it's not that thick. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's easy to get through.
And it's not that expensive. Well, for Canadian it's expensive, but...
Exactly. Everything's expensive.
Everything's
here.
expensive. But we kind of just gonna start a neutral book. So
it's very cute.
I'm excited. I'm excited to read it.
Yeah. So now that it's a new year, do you have any reading goals for this year?
I don't know if I have reading goals. I'm not the type of person who wants to put a number to it.
Yes, I'm the same way. I don't want to pressure myself.
No, I'm not I want to read 50 books for the end of the year.
Yeah.
I think my only goal is to keep at the pace that I've been doing for the past 2024.
Yeah.
Taking my time, but also reading quickly so I can have a lot of things to review for us.
Same. Yeah, if I could read 2 to 3 books a month, I'd be so happy with myself.
Oh my God.
It all depends on how thick the book is too.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, if it's a 700-page book, well, that's the only book I'm going to be reading that month.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
But then you get other books that are 200, 300 pages. You can get through them pretty quick. So it all depends. Especially you're busy, life happens.
Every month changes, right?
It's always different.
This will be our first full year of the podcast.
Yeah.
And we've never done it through spring and summer months. So, for me, that's always the less time that I read.
Same. I find winter,
Yeah.
more time indoors.
Yeah, exactly. So as long, I think as if I read 1 or 2 books a month for this entire,
Yeah.
I'll be happy. And if I
Exactly.
read more, it's just like a
Yeah,
bonus.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. Are there any genres you plan to explore more this year?
I do want to try to do more fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I did try to read Anathema by Carrie Lake
Mm-hmm.
in 2024, and it was so hard for me to get into. So I really want to try and push myself to reading more fantasy,
Yeah.
more bigger worlds.
Yes.
What about
I
you?
have romantasy. So fantasy, but it's gotta have the romance for me.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what it is.
No.
I need that aspect to it.
Totally. Yeah, I should have stated that too. I definitely want a romance with my
Mm-hmm.
fantasy because you can get into many fantasies that have zero romance.
exactly.
And people
right?
love that.
Yeah.
People just want,
Just want that.
Just want
fantasy
that.
world. Yeah, but I need a little
Yeah.
lovers,
Little lovers.
enemies to lovers, little friends to lovers. Give it to me.
Yes.
Are there any specific authors you plan to read more of?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really have like a specific author in mind.
Me neither.
Right. I think maybe that will come eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But all the books that I'm excited to read are all different authors.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't know.
I'm pretty open.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like, I gotta read all this author's books. Like, I'll come back to it if I want to, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. There was a point of last year where we wanted to like keep reading Penelope Douglas, but then we just realized that then we're not going to have anything
We
else.
gotta expand our horizons here.
Like, I want to read everything from this author,
Yeah.
but then what if I want to go back to her?
Exactly.
You know?
100%.
So like,
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to reread any books this year? Or are you just going to read all new books?
I think the only thing that I'm excited to reread is towards the holiday season for us to. We're going to be definitely going into Penelope Douglas's Devil and Night
Yes.
series. I'm so excited to reread that.
I can't wait for you guys to read that
I
with
can't
us.
wait. And you
We
better love it.
We love this series. It has a special place in my heart.
Yes. Well, what about
The
you?
boys.
Like, is there a
Yeah,
certain...
pretty much just that. I don't think I have so many new books I want to read.
Yeah.
So I think older books get put on the back burner for me.
Yeah.
So.
I think if only it comes to the podcast of us picking a book for the book club,
Yes.
that I would reread something.
Exactly.
But yeah, I have so many.
I'm just, my TBR is wild right now. I gotta knock it down. Gotta knock it down.
As this is the first episode of 2025, and we talked about we have so many books that we're excited to read this year that we'd go over the books that we are most excited to read this year that are going to come out, like they're going to be
this year, yeah.
yes. So my first, I guess in no particular order, my first one is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillage, who is the author of One Dark Window and Two Sisters to Crowns, which I loved. This is expected to be released of May of this year. And I'm just going to give a description of what it is. Sybil has spent 9 years dreaming of having no dreams at all, like the other fondling girls who traded a decade of service for a home in the great cathedral. Sybil is a diviner. In her dreams, she receives visions from 6 unearthly figures known as omens. From them, she can predict terrible things before they occur. And lords and common folk alike travel across the kingdom of Tram's windswept moors to learn their futures by her dreams. Just as she and her sister diviners near the end of their service, a mysterious knight arrives at the cathedral. Rude and devilish handsome, the knight Roderick has no respect for Sybil's visions. When Sybil's fellow diviners, I'm hoping I'm saying that word right, begins to vanish one by one, she has no choice but to seek his help in finding them. For the world outside the cathedral's cloister is, oh my God, that is a hard sentence, you guys. I'm totally gonna pass that.
Sometimes it's just hard to get out.
Oh my God. Only the gods have the answers she is seeking, and as much as she'd rather avoid Roderick's dark eyes and sharp tongue, only a heretic can defeat a god.
Ooh.
It's fantasy, romance.
Is it related to the other books or just
No.
this is standalone?
Standalone, fantasy, romance, gothic. Yeah, I'm so
That sounds
excited.
really good.
And the cover is beautiful, which we'll put up on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
I have Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. 15-year-old Fern arrives at a home in the sweltering summer of 1970, pregnant, terrified, and alone. Under the watchful eye of stern Miss Wellwood, She meets a dozen other girls in the same predicament. Everything the girls eat, every moment of their waking day, and everything they're allowed to talk about is strictly controlled by adults, who claim they know what's best for them. Then Fern meets a librarian who gives her a book about witchcraft, and the power is in the hands of the girls for the first time in their lives. But power can destroy as easily as it creates, and it's never given freely. There's always a price to be paid, and it's usually paid in blood.
Ooh, that sounds. I've
Spooky.
never heard of that.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
coming
gosh.
out in January, so it'll be a new release.
Sweet. Oh, that sounds so cool. My next book, which I've talked about before on this podcast, if you're a listener, is Sunrise of the Reaping, which I'm going to figure out when it comes out. Sorry, guys. Which is in the Hunger Games world of Haymitch. It's when Haymitch was younger. It comes out March. It's expected in March. So it's about Haymitch, who is one of the mentors for Katniss and Peeta. Oh my God, I almost forgot their names. And it goes into when he was younger, when he had to go into the games to fight for his life. And yeah, I'm just so excited to read the book, but then also watch the movie too.
Yes.
So
I love that they're doing it that way.
yes, I'm so excited.
I have The Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. It's coming out in January. Author Grady Green is having the worst best day of his life. Grady calls his wife to share some exciting news as he is driving home. He hears Abby slam on the brakes, get out of the car, and then nothing. When he eventually finds her car by the cliff edge, the headlights are on, the driver door is open, and her phone is still there. But his wife has disappeared. A year later, Grady is still overcome with grief and desperate to know what happened to Abby. He can't sleep and he can't write, so he travels to tiny Scottish island to try to get his life back on track. Then he sees the impossible, a woman who looks exactly like his missing wife.
I love all these like mysterious books that you read.
Keeps me on the edge of my feet.
Oh, that's 2 in January. They're coming out.
Yeah, 2 in
Whoa.
January, yeah.
That's cool. My next one is Rebel Witch.
Yeah, that's on my list as well.
Is it?
Yes, of course.
For those of you who don't know, Rebel Witch is the second book of Kristen Cicillieri's Heartless Hunter. Mm-hmm. It's the Crimson Moth, book number 2, which is going to be our book for March because it comes out February.
I'm so excited.
So excited. I'll give you guys a little description if you've never read it. It doesn't really give anything away, I guess, but maybe if you've never read Heartless Hunter, I would just skip past this description.
Yeah, the description kind of does. Like,
yeah, so maybe I won't read it then. So
yeah,
you just have to.
You can look that one up, guys.
You can look it up.
Yeah,
you can look it up. But I'm so excited.
There's a little bit of spoilers in there.
Yeah, you're right. There totally is.
I want to read the Into the Darkness series by Navessa Allen. So Lights Out, I haven't read yet, but then the second one is coming out in I think June. Mm-hmm. So I really want to read it because it sounds really good. It's called Caught Up. Junior knows Lauren is off limits. She is sweetness and laughter, whereas Junior exists in a world of violence and depravity. Men like him don't get to have women like her. It's why he pushed her away back in high school and has kept his distance ever since. But when Junior looks Lauren up online, he discovers the shy, bookish girl he remembers is gone. In her place is a strikingly beautiful woman whose social media is filled with scantily clad pictures of herself and a connection to a nearby play club. Junior's innocent curiosity quickly turns into a dark obsession, but watching Lauren from a distance isn't enough. He needs to make her his.
Ooh, we got a stalker.
We love the stalkers. I've heard really good things about Lights Out. Mm-hmm. Have you read it yet?
No, it was on my list.
Yeah.
I definitely heard people were recommending the audiobook over reading it, even though it's both. But
I did listen to like a snippet of it. And the guy's voice was really good.
Yeah, they just said it was a very good
he's like listing off all the trigger warnings.
Really?
And at the end he's like he like sighs.
It is so funny.
He's like, hey, if you're like still listening, like it's fine.
It's really popular because it's like comedy.
Yeah, it's dark comedy almost.
Yeah. And then I have heard people saying that like it's not really like stalker, like because she's anyways. There was like some mix, but it's definitely very like talked about.
Yes.
Like and I've heard audio clips and it sounds super like funny.
Yeah, and it's got a cool cover too. Like I like the cover of it.
With the mask there.
I'm gonna be reading those this year for sure.
That sounds good. My next one is called Immortal Consequences by I.V. Marie. I first came across this author through her TikToks because she's about to get her first book published, which is this book, which is set to come in the summertime. And I just loved her concept. So I was like, okay, I'm going to follow you and figure this out. A multi-point of view YA dark fantasy in which 6 teens caught between life and death at Blackwood Academy must compete for the chance to make a once-in-eternity choice, cross over to the other side, or ascend and remain at Blackwood forever. But sinister forces are playing the game too. That's all we know, but I just love the multi-point of view, and there's multiple teenagers, so I was just like, I'm really excited to try and read this.
Yeah, that one does sound really good.
Yeah.
My next one is Beautiful Venom by Rena Kent. So it didn't really have a description, honestly, when I looked up this book. All it said is it's a standalone dark hockey romance set in a new glamorous secret world. Which I didn't realize about Rena Kent was all of her books are connected. Like, it's called the Renaverse is what she's called it.
Really?
So, like, all of her books are, like, interconnected somehow.
Oh.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty interesting. But this one isn't in that world. So this is brand new for her.
Okay.
So I've been wanting to kind of dive into more, like, sports romances. I haven't really read any. So thought I'd give it a shot.
And Rena Kent is the one who is the God of Malice series.
God of Malice or Gods of Legacy series.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
she has so many books, and I guess they're all connected. Like, the parents are in it. It'll be like the series are when the parents were younger, and then like the Gods of Legacy series is kind of like their kids, and like they're mentioned in the books, kind of thing. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's cool to have that all drawn together.
All interconnected.
My last one is Enchantra, which is the second book in the second of I don't have it, a Phantasm. Oh yeah, because it's on my Kindle. Phantasm book that I read in 2024. This is the second book, but it's connected in the world, but not the same characters. So, a new game of danger and desire is beginning, ready or not. When a mysterious invitation draws Genevieve Grimm to a palace in Italy, she expects magic and secrets, maybe even a ball. She doesn't expect the owner's handsome son to slam the door in her face. Rowan is a tall and dark and exceptionally rude. Invitation or no, he tells her to leave and never come back. But Genevieve has never followed orders, especially from arrogant rich boys. She slips inside and immediately realizes her mistake. Rowan and his family are caught in a deadly game. There can be only one winner, and the others are dragged away to hell. Until the contest begins again. They're dragged to hell until the next contest begins again. Now Genevieve must join the hunt, and her only hope of survival is an alliance with Rowan. Even worse, to work together, they must convince the others they're in love. As they race through a labyrinth of gold and marble, their instant loathing turns to irresistible attraction. Can Genevieve evade Rowan's ruthless family, uncover the devilish secrets of the game, and end it forever? Ooh. I love it because I love Phantasm.
Yeah.
Same author by Kaylee Smith. So I'm excited to kind of delve into another world of like a trial.
That's cool. I love that.
I'm so excited. And I forgot to see like where it comes out. I think it comes out like spring.
Springtime?
Yeah.
I know there's some good ones coming out in the early year.
I'm so excited. Like I've
never had this happen before. It's usually like movies or like TV shows I'm excited about, but like to have the books, I'm like, oh, this is
it's
so
like
exciting.
more books than like TV shows.
Yeah, same. Or I don't really have any like.
You do.
Oh, I'm trying to think. No, I was gonna say Euphoria, but that doesn't come out till like 2026.
Girl, that's not gonna come out anymore.
I don't think 2026. They just released it. 2026, which will be 4 years.
There's no way,
like,
because
I
need to listen
they
to.
say it's gonna take place when they're like young adults now. They're not in high school anymore. They're like young adults.
I don't think Zendaya's gonna do that shit.
I know.
She just had her Verity one-on-one interview drop with Nicole Kidman, which I want to listen because I think they bring up Euphoria. I think she's gonna be a very like political answer of just being like, oh, we don't know, but like, I think they just need to let it go.
Oh,
as much as I want to continue,
I'm like, I
think they need to let that go.
Like,
okay,
Fez is gone.
Yes, the one girl isn't coming back.
Barbie Ferreira. Yeah, she's gone.
She's gone.
I can't remember the name of her character, but
neither can I at the moment. I think it's time to let it go.
It's gonna be weird. Now, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it does come out, I will watch it just to see. Of course.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'll just watch it because I really enjoyed the first two.
Yeah,
so.
me too.
No, The Last of Us season 2.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. It escaped my mind. But yes, that comes out The end of the year?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say?
No, it just says 2025. I don't think they put a season to it just yet.
I'm thinking probably like the fall, I'd imagine.
I hope not. I want it like a big ending. I'm not too sure, but like that's like I think the only thing on top of my head I can think of that I'm really excited to.
Same.
Other than like obviously The Sunshine of the Reaping, which the book I meant. I want to read that. I want to watch that movie. But Last of Us, like
I love
oh,
it. This
I
is
love
gonna be
it.
such a good season. I hope it's not the last season. I hope they continue it.
I don't know. No, I think there's going to be 2 because if you play the video games, the second one's a very big video game. Yeah. So I think they can put that into 2 separate ones because I think it deserves to be 2 seasons.
Anyways.
Yeah, 100%. I think so. I already know what the 13th.
It's gonna wreck me.
It's gonna wreck me. It is going to wreck me. I'm gonna cry like a baby.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I'm trying to think of anything else of like TV shows or movies. I don't think so.
I know like The Housemaid is coming out, which is a Frida McFadden book. I don't know if it's coming out this year though.
Oh, that's a good thing. Oh, maybe Verity. Verity comes out this year?
Ooh, maybe.
I'm thinking Verity.
Yeah.
That would be the only thing, like a book to
thinking
movie.
like book-related movies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think book-related. I do know they're going to be doing, if you guys ever read Powerless by, oh God, what the heck's her name? Is something Roberts.
Lauren Roberts?
Lauren
I think
Roberts.
it is.
I think she has...
she got the green light from Netflix, right?
I think it's Netflix. Yeah.
There was also like a Quicksilver book, which I haven't read. But
haven't read either. But yeah, that got greenlit too for...
I think a series.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That got greenlit. Yeah, there's a lot of...
It's interesting to see like which ones get made into shows and how they're going to do it.
There's obviously so much that does get made, but because it's not like in the popular rotation, we're not hearing about it. But there are so many books that are being turned into like movies, TV shows this year. They're just not in our universe. Like I believe there's a new movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it has Zendaya and Robert Pattinson in it. I'm 100% sure that's a book that's going to be a movie for them.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh God. I can't believe I forgot. Like Batman, the second Batman with Robert Pattinson, that's coming out this year. Oh. I think I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Because I finished Penguin on HBO.
Yeah.
Which is...
Was it good?
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Like, it took me a second to kind of get into, but once I got into it, I was really enjoying it. That I'm so excited for Batman #2. So... I'm pretty sure that's this year. I don't know. Sometimes when they announce things...
they announce things and it's like 4 years later.
Yeah. It's like, can you just tell me a year before?
Yeah, like don't get me excited.
No, because I'm going to forget.
Exactly.
Sometimes they do that with movies. They anticipate it so much when it actually comes. Everyone's like, I've heard this happened like 5 years ago. Now it's coming out.
Like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Finally.
Oh my goodness. Well, those are just a few. I'm sure we have more if we just think about it of our anticipated reads for 2025. Are any of the books that we talked about ones on your list? Are there ones that you are excited to read that we haven't talked about? Let us know.
Let us know. Please give us your feedback.
Give us your feedback. I'm so excited for what this year is going to bring for our podcast. So many more books, so many more series.
Yes, I'm excited.
I can't wait, and we hope you guys come along for the ride.
Yes.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.